To appeal his conviction on racketeering charges, his attorney has filed a notice of appeal.
R.Kelly hires Bill Cosby's lawyer in quest for freedom.
Everybody said something bad about me. Nobody said nothing good.
R. Kelly's precipitous fall from grace stands out as one of the most gratifying spectacles witnessed in recent Hollywood history. Amidst a backdrop of disturbing social AB allegations, the prospect of him leaving prison anytime soon is not one that many relish. However, the narrative takes an intriguing turn as Kelly unveils plans for retaliation against those who abandoned him during his darkest hours. One notable figure caught in his crosshairs is none other than P. Diddy, whose composure seems to be wavering now that Kelly has resurfaced with a vengeance. The central question that looms large is, what beef does R. Kelly harbor against Diddy? And could it be potent enough to irreparably damage the music mogul's reputation? Let's delve into it. R. Kelly knows his life and career is over unless he manages to reduce his sentence and win the appeal, and he is ready to go to all lengths to make that happen. Rumors are going around that Kelly is planning on everyone from the industry involved in this to reduce his sentence, and he's planning on starting this from Diddy. Kelly has managed to get himself a high-profile lawyer to make sure he wins the appeal no matter what. He hired none other than the very famous attorney Jennifer Bon John. Now, if you haven't heard of Jennifer Bon John, you'll know what sort of lawyer she is just from the fact that she has defended Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein on their SA allegations. She even managed to get Bill out of prison. Jennifer is known for finding loopholes in the law to get powerful and dangerous men out of prison, and looks like Kelly is desperate for any loophole that can get him out. Now, Kelly has a lot of bones to pick from Diddy. Once friends, their camaraderie met a bitter end when Diddy decided to distance himself from R. Kelly following the latter's incarceration. Diddy's abandonment seemed to strike a chord deep within Kelly, prompting him to unmask a part of Diddy that has long remained hidden from the public. R. Kelly and Diddy once shared a deep bond that the public admired. They were more than just fellow musicians, they were confidants, allies, and best friends. But when Kelly fell from grace and needed a shoulder to lean on, Diddy chose to step back, allowing their friendship to wither. This act of abandonment was seen as a bitter betrayal by Kelly. Kelly had the opportunity to observe Diddy's hidden life from the front row. He is probably privy to every secret, every hidden act that Diddy managed to conceal from the world. Kelly claimed to know the real Diddy, the Diddy the world had not yet seen. Given Kelly's current incarceration, an official interview is impractical. As a provisional solution, we cannot dismiss the prospect that Kelly could ultimately be acquitted of the charges, allowing him to openly address the situation. But in the meantime, just a simple comparison between the allegations made against Diddy and those made against R. Kelly will tell us everything we need to know. For starters, Diddy's ex-girlfriend Cassie Ventura accused the bad boy mogul of a number of crimes, including R, SA, and AB. The filing claimed that he forced Miss Ventura to engage in S-acts with male S-workers while pleasing himself and filming the encounters, as well as forcing her to carry a handgun even though she felt uncomfortable with doing so. Finally, she claimed that Diddy plied her with substances and alcohol, triggering a substance AB problem. In any case, 50 Cent appears to have confirmed the allegations made by Cassie against Diddy. Internet sleuths found an old 2010 radio interview with DJ Woo Kid on Shade 45, in which Fifth calls Sean Combs' relationship with Cassie into question. Fifth apparently tried to warn Diddy of something, but ended up feeling like what he faced was his own doing. "They sent me the girl's pictures," 50 Cent said of Cassie, explaining that he received explicit pictures of her on his phone from an unknown source. Not the y'all saw, worse, way worse, like penetration pictures. "I called the N and I said, 'Yo, you effing with this girl. You like her like that?' Diddy said, 'Yeah, that's my girl.' So I said, 'All right, I'ma send you something. You look at it and you call me back.' I sent him the photos, the pictures, and everything," 50 Cent continued. The N called back and was like, "Yo, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Yo, where you get these S from? They know if something crazy is going on. If they send it to me, I'll make sure it gets out there, so they sent it to me. I really kind of felt like those photographs were not happening because of Cassie. I felt like they were happening because of Puffy." 50 also called Diddy a B during the interview and clowned him over his Diddy Dirty Money trio, suggesting he linked up with Dawn Richard and Kalena Harper so he could be the hot one in the group and attract other men. He added, "He'll tell you himself. What happens in Miami stays in Miami." Additionally, 50 Cent, renowned for his unfiltered opinions and bold remarks, couldn't resist sharing his thoughts on the recent lawsuit settlement between Diddy and Cassie. The G-Unit maestro, known equally for his music and his knack for stirring the pot, took to Instagram on November 17th to deliver a punchy commentary on the situation. In a now-deleted post, he teased Diddy about the swiftness of the settlement, implying that this might just be the tip of the iceberg for the bad boy head honcho. LOL, he paid that money real quick. Should have done that that before the shark saw the blood in the water. And here they come in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Every woman he put his hand on, 50 Cent quipped in the caption. This jab wasn't an isolated incident in the ongoing saga between 50 Cent and Diddy. The rap mogul, known for his long history of taking shots at Diddy, had earlier taken to Twitter on November 16th to throw shade at the bad boy mogul. Damn, brother love, brother love, brother love. You out here looking crazy as a MF LMAO, he wrote alongside a photo of himself staring into the camera. Now, in addition to this, a representative for 50 Cent confirmed to TMZ that the 48-year-old rapper's production company, G Unit Films and Television, is developing a documentary about the allegations against Combs. The rep said proceeds from the documentary will benefit victims of S.A. and R. Jackson, teased a snippet of the documentary on Instagram on Wednesday. In the clip, former Bad Boy Records rapper Mark Curry said Combs would spike bottles of Moet with a substance that would make women at nightclubs slippery. Curry alleged that Combs would tell his friends and associates not to drink from certain bottles. While promoting the documentary, Fifth also took aim at rapper Rick Ross, as well as Combs. He shared lyrics from Ross's verse on the Rocco song Uoino, where Ross raps, "Put Molly all in her champagne, she ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that, she ain't even know it." 50 first insinuated that he was considering making a movie called Surviving P. Diddy on November 20th. His suggestion came in the wake of Cassie's lawsuit against the Grammy winner, followed by another lawsuit filed against Diddy's colleague and former Bad Boy label president Harve Pierre on the grounds of AB. In fact, 50 Cent took to his Instagram and posted a screenshot of a headline about Pierre's lawsuit followed by the caption, "I told you they were coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a movie. Surviving P. Diddy or Diddy Do It or Not. Executive produced by Curtis 50 Cent Jackson coming soon." Meanwhile, in the wake of Cassie's lawsuit, 2 other lawsuits were brought up against the hip-hop mogul. In one lawsuit, Joey Dickerson-Neal said she was and essayed by Combs in 1991. Dickerson-Neal appeared alongside Combs in a music video for the Finesse and Synquist song Straight from the Soul. Dickerson-Neal accused him of slipping an unknown substance into her drink and then S.A.ing her. In her lawsuit, she claimed he shared a recording of the R with other men in the music industry as a form of revenge porn. A third woman accused Combs and R&B singer Aaron Hall of S.A.ing her and a friend at an apartment in the early 1990s. The woman, identified only as Jane Doe, said she and her friend were coerced into being intimate with them. Meanwhile, Diddy has also received a 4th lawsuit, and this one might actually be worse than the rest. This time, a woman who was 17 in 2003 has filed a lawsuit against the former billionaire, claiming he and a group of men attacked her inside of a recording studio. In the explosive legal case, Jane Doe asserted that she encountered Harvey and the third assailant at a Detroit lounge. Pierre showered Jane Doe with repeated compliments about her appearance, describing her as hot, among other things. He then
Congratulations.
Discussions about his self-proclaimed best friend and brother, Diddy. In particular, Pierre persistently mentioned that Diddy would be thrilled to meet Jane Doe. To drive the point home, Pierre called Diddy and handed the phone to Jane Doe. Diddy expressed his eagerness to meet her and suggested that she join Pierre on a private jet to New York City. Shortly afterward, Pierre guided her into the lounge's bathroom. Once inside, Pierre began indulging in illicit substances, smoking what seemed to be nose candy from an aluminum can. After he finished smoking, Pierre suddenly demanded that the young lady conduct on him. After S.A.ing her, Pierre directed the lady to accompany him, the third assailant and a third member of their group, to an airport in Pontiac, Michigan, where Signature, a fixed base operator, had prepared a private jet to take the 4 of them to New York City. Upon information and belief, the private jet landed at Teterboro Airport. Upon departing the jet, 2 black SUVs were awaiting the group. Jane Doe hopped into an SUV with Pierre and the third assailant, while the other group member rode in the second SUV. The SUVs took them to Diddy's house recording studio, a spot owned by Diddy and Bad Boy, where people hang out and make music. Once at the studio, Jane Doe was guided inside and distinctly saw a sign for the company, Technicolor. Inside the studio, Jane Doe first ran into Diddy. When she got there, a female recording artist was in the midst of a session with Diddy and her parents as spectators. She wrapped up shortly after Jane Doe arrived and left. While still in the studio section of Diddy's house, Diddy asked the lady to sit on his lap to take a picture. Diddy, Pierre, and the third assailant began to ply Jane Jane Doe, a 17-year-old child at the time, with copious amounts of substances and intoxication. While the evening became a blur, Jane Doe does recall Diddy, Pierre, and the third assailant hitting on her and touching her inappropriately. Anyway, while not confirmed, these rumors keep making people wonder if Diddy's behavior is a bit too much like R. Kelly's. In addition, there have been even more damning claims. Apparently, Diddy has been a puppeteer in the industry, manipulating other artists and industry figures for his own gains. Over the years, there have been murmurs, whispers, and at times outright accusations of Diddy being a puppet master pulling the strings behind the scenes. He likes to stay 10 steps ahead of what's going on with everything, claims one insider. Rumors of Diddy's association with the Illuminati, a secret society often linked with control over global events, have also circulated. Celebrities like Kanye West and Jay-Z have reportedly hinted at Diddy's possible ties to the group. You hear the Illuminati rumors, and you start to connect the dots, states Kanye. Although these claims have often been dismissed as conspiracy theories, Kelly's allegations add a new layer to the narrative. Moreover, Kelly alleges that Diddy has a pattern of exploiting fresh talent for his own gain. He has a knack for spotting new talent. He helps them climb the ladder, but when they become of no use to him, he casts them aside, asserts Kelly. He believes that Diddy's hunger for success and power overshadows any regard for the artist he works with. In any case, Kelly's alleged claims should be taken with a grain of salt, since he is definitely not an innocent party in all this. Kelly's disturbing history of SA allegations dates back to the 1990s. The first accusations came in 1996 when Tiffany Hawkins sued him for personal injuries and emotional distress stemming from their 3-year relationship that started when she was 15 years old. Tracy Sampson, a former intern, accused him in 2001 of inducing her into an indecent relationship when she was 17 and controlling her every move. Both lawsuits were settled out of court. In 2002, Kelly faced more legal action when Patrice Jones claimed he impregnated her while she was underage and forced her to have an abortion. Montina Woods also sued him, alleging that he videotaped them having S without her consent, which was later distributed on a S tape sold by bootleggers. Kelly settled both cases out of court, paying undisclosed amounts for non-disclosure agreements. The same year, Kelly was charged with 21 counts of making child SA videos, involving various S acts with a minor born in September 1984. The charges were filed after an anonymous video was sent to the Chicago Sun-Times, verified with the help of FBI forensic experts. Kelly, who denied the charges, posted $750,000 bail and pleaded not guilty in court. After 6 years, the case went to trial, during which Kelly released his successful album Trapped in the Closet and was nominated for an Image Award by the NAACP, sparking criticism. The jury ultimately found him not guilty on all counts, concluding they could not prove the girl on the tape was a minor. R. Kelly's legal troubles continued beyond his initial 2008 trial for child pornography. In 2002 to 2004, he faced 12 additional counts of producing child SA images in Florida. Police seized a camera during his arrest at his holiday home, which allegedly contained images of him having S with an underage girl. However, the charges were eventually dropped due to insufficient evidence. In 2017, a detailed BuzzFeed report alleged that Kelly had trapped 6 women in a S cult. The article claimed that he would seduce young women seeking help with their music careers before taking control of their lives, dictating every aspect of their existence. The women were also allegedly barred from contacting friends and family, with Kelly confiscating their mobile phones. The BuzzFeed report prompted further allegations in 2017 to 2018, with Jerhonda Pace breaking a non-disclosure agreement to speak about having S with Kelly while she was underage. Another woman, Kitty Jones, claimed that he starved her, coerced her into S encounters with other women, and physically AB'd her. Miss Pace would later testify against Kelly in his 2021 trial. In 2018, the hashtag #MuterKelly campaign successfully lobbied RCA to cut ties with the singer, and streaming services like Spotify and Apple Music agreed to demote his songs. Kelly's personal assistant, lawyer, and publicist all left around the same time. However, he continued to perform live despite protests outside his shows. In 2019, a Lifetime documentary called Surviving R. Kelly was broadcast, presenting detailed allegations against the musician. And in something that is extremely damning of Jay-Z, it was reported that Jay-Z refused to appear in the documentary to speak against R. Kelly. The documentary led to Kelly being dropped by his record company and canceled concerts. Weeks after the documentary aired, Kelly was charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal SA. Further charges of SA and AB were later filed against him, as well as 2 separate federal indictments in Illinois and Brooklyn, accusing him of an organized effort to transport underage girls over state lines for illegal S purposes. Prosecutors in Minnesota also filed charges against him. R. Kelly's legal woes continued when he was attacked in his sleep by a fellow inmate at Chicago's Metropolitan Correctional Center in August 2020. The following year, in August 2021, his trial began, and on the 27th of September, the jury found him guilty on all 9 counts of using his celebrity status to SA children and women. In June 2022, Kelly was sentenced to 30 years in prison for his crimes and was set to face another federal trial in Chicago in August 2022. At the second trial, prosecutors painted a grim picture of Kelly's dark and hidden side. A woman known as Jane testified that Kelly had S with her hundreds of times before she turned 18 and that the AB started when she was just 13. Despite his defense team's claims that he was not a monster, Kelly was found guilty of 6 out of 13 counts, including 3 of child pornography. However, the trial was not without controversy, as Kelly's former manager, Donald Russell, was sentenced to 20 months in prison for stalking and harassing one of Kelly's victims. In the end, justice was served, as Kelly was sentenced to 20 years in prison for all these crimes. In any case, fans are buzzing with speculation that Diddy could soon be facing consequences for his rumored actions. When the moment arrives, many can't help but imagine R. Kelly eagerly awaiting the chance to welcome his once-upon-a-time friend to jail with open arms. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.